Hey, tech wizards and code warriors of the world, welcome. Or for some of you, welcome back to our favorite and hopefully your favorite online get together, Kong Builders. And this is basically everything is in the name. There's no like a fancy marketing, there's no profound and pompous speeches, just us, you, and a lot of fun building something cool using cloud native technologies and the tools that we build here with Kong. My name is Viktor Gamov. You on the Kong YouTube channel, probably LinkedIn, somewhere in Twitter, and you watching Kong Builders. And for the second time, with the great ovation and the great reception from the previous episode, I'd like to introduce to some of you or bring back for people who are regular to this channel, my partner in crime for today, Danny, also known as Danny from Partner Engineering. Danny, welcome to Kong Builders.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Yay. So folks, let's get some noise in our comments section of this live stream, wherever you are. So write us down and tell us where you're coming from. So first of all, where you're watching this. You don't have to say where you're watching us because I definitely can see where you're coming from. If you're coming from the LinkedIn, YouTube, or whatever, and if you're coming at where's your geographical location? I'm coming to you from my studio in New Jersey. Today is sunny, but we might have some thunderstorms and stuff. Danny, how are you? How is the? It's in North Carolina or South Carolina?
Yeah, I'm in Carolina, that's for sure. I'm in North Carolina, though.
North, okay.
And it's hot, but it's good. I think we're also going to get some rain today.
So let's see. Okay, so Danilo from São Paulo, Brazil. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today. How is the weather there? How's the weather? Okay, so hopefully I'm not butchering your name, Amrutha, from India. Welcome to Kong Builders. That's great. And yeah, the yesterday some of the flights were canceled from New York to on the East Coast. So yeah, so some of the stuff that weather can definitely interrupt some of the things. All right, so we have a few more people from India. Alexander, welcome.
Nice.
Welcome. Where are we coming from? Where we are in the world. All right, so yes, so today, oh yes, this is an important thing. Let me know if you can hear me well, because yesterday I had some issues with this and I got to replace, Danny, you're not gonna believe what I had to replace. If there's something wrong with device, usually it's either power or some sort of cords. So essentially I use the cord, like audio cord. There's a like running joke in the kind of like audio community about the cables with golden coating. Like some of the audio files, they can hear difference. So now I brought out some of these the cables with golden coating, and you should hear at least less noise. Yesterday there was a little bit noise, and I got to replace the cable, and believe me or not, it worked. So hopefully you will enjoy the crispy sound of my not so crispy voice.
You sound
Danny,
beautiful over here.
What's new and exciting on your side?
Oh man, we've had a lot of stuff going on from partner engineering. So in partner engineering, what we do principally is try to support you on any integrations with tech partners or with cloud providers like AWS. And so we've got two exciting announcements for you in these last 2 weeks. One, let's do Mesh first. This is a Mesh Kong Builders episode.
Yay, yes. Let me bring something on the screen so we can talk about this. Is it done on a blog?
Yeah, we do got a blog.
Yeah, okay.
We got a lot of content.
Yeah, so we're going into this one.
Yeah, Graviton by Mr. Claudio Acquaviva from Partner Engineering. He's a legacy here at Kong, by the way, but he spearheaded this work, and Kong Enterprise is validated with Graviton and Amazon Linux 2023. So you're ready to go. And I would really recommend going through the blog post. It talks about all the performance enhancements of moving over to Graviton and using AL 2023. So that's pretty exciting.
There's actually very good, not the segue, but at least like a good conversation to talk about this, because the Graviton make a splash on some of the events that happened like last year, like in Amazon reInvent, I guess, in New York. And one of the products, I want to foreshadow this a little bit. One of the products what we're going to be using today, they actually moved some of their workloads to run on the Graviton. Spoiler alert: we're going to be using Honeycomb, and Honeycomb last year talked a lot about how they were able to save a little bit. I also want to stand on the shoulders of giants and the legacy and the legends here at Kong. I actually did some of the video that you can find on our Kong YouTube channel, how to run Kuma Mesh on AWS Graviton. So I use this Graviton too, because so, and we do have all this support now across the board. If you want to jump on this like funny wagon of cool things with the ARM, you now can do that without any issues. Like, all our software is supported there, so you will be able to do that. So check this out if you're interested in the running your workloads in ARM. And there's even some of the cool pictures. Let me bring this back. Some of the cool pictures about the architecture, what we use. You can grab some of the scenarios and see how certain things are performing. And of course, everything is also supported with our managed control plane with Kong Connect. So results are astonishing. Just go there and read this yourself. It's going to be pretty cool. And we have another announcement that a couple days ago that came out, Kuma 2.3, and we decided, okay, so let's dedicate this Kong builders to learning what's new and exciting. Danny, did I ask you this question already about these 3 pillars of observability that people talking about?
You have not. I was going to ask you, what are the 3 pillars of observability? So what are the 3 pillars? What are we doing with OpenTelemetry?
Yeah, so the 3 pillars of observability, as we know, that logs that essentially can tell you what has happened, metrics that can tell you what is happening, and traces that can tell you what's up with other systems. What is happening in interaction, in the kind of like, not in one system but across multiple systems. And the OpenTelemetry includes some of the metadata around supporting those 3 pillars. In a world of observability that Service Mesh brings into the world, let me bring this back so we can talk about this. We can chat a little bit In the world of observability that Service Mesh brings into the world, everything is like this is supported. So Service Mesh enable some of the metrics that you can get the like real-time information from your systems without going in like actively instrumenting your system. Traces that allow you to see how the system are interacting, and there's actually demo available that shows how you can use tracing capabilities to investigate some of the issues that happened with the system. And logs, obviously we love logs because everything that happened in the system we can capture in the logs. So all these things were available now, but in Kuma 2.2 and in all these releases in the future, now we have support for OpenTelemetry, which means that no proprietary formats. We can use whatever APM. So I think this is
standards.
Nice. Yeah,
that was a good overview.
And one of the things that we're gonna try to do this today, like I said, we're gonna try to use Honeycomb for OpenTelemetry again, because this is cool system, and I already showed the Datadog in the past. If you want to go and check my previous videos about OpenTelemetry and Kong, today we're going to be using OpenTelemetry, Kuma, and Honeycomb. So let me quickly check our chat window. Well, there's a lot of updates here in the chat. Thank you so much, Emily. She's helping us in the background, and she's providing you with all the fresh information, and we really appreciate you, Emily. Now, so what are we gonna be doing? I did a few weeks back, I did this tech talk where I talk about the Service Mesh and talk about how developers can use Service Mesh. So I'm gonna be not gonna be explaining everything that I explained in this video. I would just use whatever I developed during this stream, and we just needed 2 apps. So in order to instrument them, and we're gonna be deploying those apps. We enable OpenTelemetry collector, and we try to send some. First, we try to send some traces, and after that, we try to send some logs. And if we will be able to do this, I will consider this as a success. And Danny will help me here because sometimes it's lonely, like, and I'm thinking like I'm talking to myself all the time, and now I'm actually talking to Danny. So she will be also, and also I am returning the favor because the last time when you saw, she was doing all the job, and I was like putting like snarky
You were wingman.
comments.
You were primary wingman. Yeah.
Right.
I will do wingman today.
Okay, so
hey, but before you go, can I say one last announcement?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, so just the Service Mesh announcement. We also, from Partner Engineering, we're just really excited about this. That Kong Mesh UBI images are certified on OpenShift. So if you happen to be an OpenShift user, or you're thinking about OpenShift, go check out that content as well.
Yes, UBI. It's the way how you create the images that would be. Yeah, it's there kind of like a model how you can, as a user, you can both use this in open source workloads, or you can use this in enterprise workloads. So that's their way to kind of like bring this easy bridge. If you decide to, okay, so let's buy it, like let me swipe the credit card, and you can easy to move into images that would be enterprise supported. It's pretty cool. For us, it's basically, if our mentality is that meet developers where they are, regardless. Like if you're running this in any platform or on your choice, we will be there. Like Kong tools will be available there. So that's kind of the mentality behind all these things. All right. So I think it's a good start for everything that we just said. Let me go into the world of. Let's see if why it's still terminating. Let's see, it's dead. Kuma system is terminating. Maybe some of the let's see if this will continue to work. Now, so the last time I showed people how to install Kuma, everyone should know by now how to install Kuma and how to use this. But what I'll do, Kuma install. So as a quick reminder, if you missed this stream with this, there was a Kuma for devs workshop. Devs. On this workshop, you have a full instruction what to do. So I will just like run with this instruction. For those of you who joining us and want to also tag along, that's the URL that you can use to deploy this stuff. All right. So Kuma control unable to create namespace because it's being terminated. Yes, that's what my my problem with this the Kubernetes cluster. For some reasons, it's stuck in terminal state. Let's just see, Danny, how I can explore this. Kube control get events or events.
You're doing Kuma. Hey, you got Kuma.
Yeah, I mean, so right now my namespace stuck in this terminating state. I'm thinking how I can figure out. Okay.
Use a kubectl.
Stuck in terminating.
Oh, I have an idea. You can try to kill the finalizer for the namespace if you edit the namespace manifest.
So I think, okay, let's see. Let's explore this. This is actually a very good exercise. We will just do Kuma control install control plane, and instead of this, we just do pb copy. So we copy the manifest that will be generated. Where's my IntelliJ? Just do new file. Kuma. Okay, namespace. Do you think I have a finalizer here? Let's see. Let's explore this.
No, I think it's going to be generated when you inject the manifest into Kubernetes. So you got to edit the one directly in your Kubernetes cluster. So if you do kubectl or kubectl or
finalizer,
however you pronounce it, yeah.
So no, we're pronouncing this kube control like. So if I do finalizer, I just remove it?
Yeah, and turn it back into an empty list.
Oh. Like this?
I think so. I haven't done it in a while.
Let's see.
Yeah, and then save that edit.
Save changes. Yes, let's see.
No, it's still stuck.
Still stuck. And I also will not be able to do anything with this, so I cannot rename it or whatnot, right? So
no. Try it.
Let me just remove everything. Ooh. Okay, back. Save changes. No, it's stuck. We're gonna be using some of the help from the audience. Namespace, how I remove it. Okay. Okay. So everyone, they also suggest to do finalizers here, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that doesn't work if there is something in the namespace, is what I remember.
But there's
so
nothing.
If you've got like, yeah, then it's. I know there's like an event trying to make. I bet there's like one of the webhooks is trying to make a call, and it can't find it, so it's not letting that namespace be deleted. That's my hypothesis here. Let's see.
Now, as always, we're looking into Stack Overflow. Get namespace. Huh. Let's try this one, because what could go wrong if we're gonna be copy pasting command from the internet? That's what we do here. We're doing Kuma system. Otherwise, I will just like the create new cluster. That would be easier. Let's see, Kuma system. All right, so error occurred. Why? Delete all resources. Webhook validate Kuma. Okay, get webhooks. Can we see all the webhooks?
No, it's that's got to be one of the mutating or validating webhooks.
Okay, let's see what stuff this will create. Mutating webhook. Yes, this one.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's it. Okay, okay. Delete. Mutating webhook configuration. Let's see what kind of configuration we have here. We can have it in namespace.
No, it's a cluster-wide resource, isn't it? I think so.
Name. That's kind of like a webhook. That what we're looking for, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Can I do list before? Get. Yep, I think and we can do Kuma.
Yes.
Okay.
There may be a second one called like a validating webhook.
And you're right, as always. That's what makes this more exciting, to have another person who knows a little bit more validating webhook. And okay, let's try to do this one more time. Let's see. Still terminating.
Still terminating.
So what else we have? Custom resource definitions. That's okay.
Try this. Try this one.
Yeah, which one?
Hey, I think go down to the second. The same Stack Overflow. Can you go to the second comment and it's just do a replace and put in your namespace, and because you have a namespace file, don't you? You have a namespace manifest?
It's just like yeah, like this one or this one.
Go down.
Like second, this one.
Third one.
Like this one.
Yeah, third, fourth. Sorry,
see.
fourth. So many.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, perfect. So like validating hooks were the thing. Okay. All right. So 5 minutes in, now you know how to kill everything. Kids, if you want to remove everything, just use the same manifest that you use to create those. That would be general good idea to do this. Don't kill anything. Kuma system active. Let's see. We just do service. So we need to have this UI. I don't hear any comments that people are excited. Yes, delete all finalizers. So we delete the finalizer, but also there was a webhooks. So we had to remove webhooks. But Amrutu, thank you so much for suggesting this. Right, let's see UI. Okay. We just do localhost 5 GUI. So to make sure that we're running, okay, welcome. We're running 2.3, which is exciting. We're running this in Kubernetes. That's fantastic. UI slightly changed a little bit from the last time I saw it, which is all right. Now, the next thing is that we're gonna do once we win this thing. I already have everything that I need to install, and specifically, I need to. Where's my apps? Kubernetes. I have my deployment for my meeting and for my this one. So I'll just do label. So mesh for dev, sidecar injection. Now we're using labels, not using annotations. And if I'll just do apply -k going into Kubernetes, so 2 workloads will be created. And in order to make sure that things is actually working for us, I also have a gateway. So I would just do apply -f, and I'll just do gateway. Where is it? Mesh gateway YAML. All right. So now if I refresh the screen, data plane proxies, why it's red, we should have more services here. So let's take a look why is deployment is failing. We're going into mesh for devs. Gateway is deployed. Yeah, okay, so that's fair enough. Okay, delete -f and -k. And now I need to do apply again because I missed the namespace. Mesh for devs. So let's check this out. It's not in here. Okay, so we do have gateway, meeting application, and work application. So perfect. So now we should be able to have our meshes. We're going into default and we see our services, 2 apps. We have a gateway. So if I will check if we have a external connectivity, okay, get services, all namespaces, we should have a load balancer that is available from here. So if I'll just go ahead, just copy and just do HTTP, not found, which is okay. I'll just do work. And we get the perfect. So our connectivity works. So we have application. When hit this application for work, this application for work will call 4 meetings. There's a work and meeting application. And after that, we can validate that, we're running everything in one place. Now, next thing is that we need to enable, let's enable tracing. Let's enable tracing thing. In documentation for mesh, let me, I'll show you without this. It's code into the policy called mesh trace. We're gonna be enabling this tracing. We're gonna start on this page configuration. We're gonna start. So we're gonna be using this new policies because previously there's a traffic trace policy. We're gonna be using mesh trace policy to enable all these kind of things. But before we enable this, we need to enable something on the mesh side of things before, because we need to enable this this tracing. That's the inside the mesh. We need to specify the backend for this.
We need to specify the mesh trace manifest.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going into let's do this new folder. Call it. Oh, I do have it in a Kong builders folder. So we're going to enable. Okay, so let's see. In the past, if I open this mesh, I need to specify the backends here for metrics and for the tracing. But as far as I understand from the new policy, we don't have to do this anymore because we can do this just like in the mesh trace. We can put this reference to this mesh. So this stuff, it will be captured here. Now, before we're doing this, we need to first install OpenTelemetry collector because this will require, this URL needs to be replaced with the OpenTelemetry collector URL. So we need to install this first. Now, we're going into OpenTelemetry for Honeycomb. We're going into traces, overview, and let's find something like OpenTelemetry collector. OpenTelemetry collector, like generic. We don't need to use this for app. We need to use this for Kubernetes. So we're going to, yes, OpenTelemetry collector. And this is what we're going to be using. And there should be something like example, because last time I saw this, it was just example. Full configuration. Yes, that's what we need. We just copy and pasting this stuff in from the internets. Okay, so let me bring this screen here. That's thing. So now I need to grab my API key here. That's my API key. I copy it here.
Kind of following along with you here in docs.
Yep. And
cool.
The next thing is that I need to take this OpenTelemetry collector and install this through Helm chart.
Okay.
Let me see if I have a Helm list. How we can see repos? A repo.
Helm list? No, Helm list.
So I do have OpenTelemetry Helm a repo update. Should get the fresh from the press. And now, so what I can do from this, going into my Kong Builders folder, I have OpenTelemetry values for Honeycomb. So let's take a look on this one more time. So we do have support of the protocols. We do batch processor. We exported this to Honeycomb, and this is how we configure this. OpenTelemetry receiver. Yes.
So the architecture pattern is mesh needs, we're going to implement a mesh trace. Before you get to the mesh trace, if you're using OpenTelemetry, then irrespective of the third-party backend, you always need to have that OTel collector running somewhere to kind of funnel all of the OTel stuff to.
I think it's not necessarily because Honeycomb supports this out of the box, but I think this is the pattern that's supported by many others.
Okay.
Like I was doing this with the Datadog, so you can, instead of having this configured inside the mesh, you can configure as a part of infrastructure. And you can add more exporters here. So maybe in the future we add some other technology into the stream. I mean, showcase this with the different provider. So we can here just add another exporter, export this to Datadog. And this traces, instead of mesh, would be sending to this. It will be sent into collector, and after that collector will fan out. I think that would be more scalable solution in my humble opinion. But like,
got it. So just for scalability, if you've got the collector in place, the collector will take charge of funneling it out to whatever those exporters are.
Yes, let's check the comments. Maybe some other people have different opinions about this. I don't see anything. I see some people still watching us. But okay, so this command installs the OpenTelemetry collector with the Helm release called my OpenTelemetry collector. We're getting this from the OpenTelemetry collector repository, and we're going to be using this values file. Okay. fingers crossed. Additional property exporters are not allowed. Okay, maybe I messed up with this, which is fine. So how we can do this? Helm values. Show values. Okay, so show values from OpenTelemetry collectors, OpenTelemetry collector, and we're going into default because it's a YAML, it's easy to mess up. Default, let's see where this configuration is happening. Specifically, we are looking, there's too many things here, right? Too many.
They're always big.
Yeah. Let's see. Nope, not this one. I was looking to this. No. Okay. It has a config. So it starts with config in inside this. So we're going into config. Oops. Oh. And after that, goes with. Okay.
Where did it go?
Stop it. My IntelliJ idea is too intelligent. And let's see config here. So we're going with config. Yes, that's where the configuration is coming. See, there's a bunch of different examples. We're gonna do okay. So now, okay, because mode must be set. Okay, let's see what's the mode.
A lot of modes.
Daemon set, deployment, or stateful set. Okay. We're gonna stick to something simple like deployment.
Definitely stateful set.
But
I'm just kidding. I would do that right now. I'm just teasing. Don't do it.
No, it's actually maybe a good idea because it will keep the same host name instead of like weird stateful set, instead of like auto-generated things. Maybe for the services like this that needs to be operated all the time. So what it says, warning, collector chart, default resource, blah blah blah. We don't care about warnings, right? So we just go and see if it actually created something. Default. Okay, so it's creating in the default, so must be at least one protocol. Using OLTP receiver, collect must be run in valid configuration. Receivers OLTP, let's see. OTLP, sorry, receivers OTLP. So what it says, receivers OTLP must specify at least one protocol.
There's using, like, yeah.
So we're gonna stick to. So question from Mohanat: can we use Jagger instead of Honeycomb? Yes, you can use Jagger from instead of Honeycomb like all days. There's a demo of this integration already on our YouTube channel. So like I use Jagger as my like default go-to configuration, so you don't have to. So for the purpose of this one is to test OpenTelemetry thing, and Jagger is supported out of the box. So hopefully it makes sense. So what we do? We go with which one you like, HTTP or gRPC? Let's stick with HTTP. Usually it's a more generic because I don't actually know if we will be able to use gRPC, because like Conk, for example, supports HTTP, like a reporter thingy. Helm upgrade my collector and we're gonna be using OpenTelemetry collector, and minus values minus f. We're gonna be doing the OpenTelemetry values honeycomb. All right. So upgrade happened. Let's see if we will be able to fix this. Kill it. Container creating. Okay. So reference processor batch, which is not configured. Okay. Good stuff. Processor batch is not configured. Let's see what's the default processor. Batch. Oh. That's how we doing this again. YAML strikes back. It's just empty object, right? So it's not like
Yeah,
this.
it's empty here.
Okay. So while this doing crash, okay, let's see, terminating. Here we go. Shut down. Okay, so now it will go into the endless. No, endless. No, it's actually running.
It's running.
Let's see. Everything is ready by running this processing blah blah blah. Cool. Let's see if it's actually connected somewhere. How we can check if it's connected to our honeycomb endpoint. Maybe we'll see something in UI. Manage keys. Let me see if this key was ever used. Created, access, key name. Was it used or not? Anyway, so let's take a look. How we can configure now mesh trace for this. We're gonna go mesh trace. So that's our backend, and we're looking for OpenTelemetry. So we're going in, doing this. Full example. Yes, let's use full example. And we're gonna do this. New file. Hotel mesh trace. YAML. It's what's a snack case? Like how it's called, snack case, or it's camel case. OpenTelemetry collector. So endpoint. So let's take a look on the services. What's the endpoint that we have? So we do have ports. So essentially, the OpenTelemetry collector even exposes Zipkin protocol, so we can technically, since we have a support of Zipkin inside the mesh out of the box, we also can use this just like that. But we are looking for 1318. Let's see if docs says anything about like which protocol it supports, because here name of Kubernetes. Let's try and see if this will work, and after that we will adjust if not. Now, so the service in this case will be my OpenTelemetry collector dot, because it's a different namespace, so it's gonna be dot default dot svc dot cluster dot local. Danny, correct me if I'm wrong. So we're going with the service namespace svc cluster dot local, right? tags.
I think so.
We're gonna
Why are
do
you using?
team
Wait, why are you using 4318?
because what we created in our
Oh, is it running on 4318?
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So team, of course, Kong builders. Just to confirm that header environment, live stream, version, whatever. Okay. Type.
It's beautiful.
But is it Kubernetes or it's universal? Yes, it's Kubernetes, right? It's a full example, but it's universal. So we need to do something like API version kind. Where's the yeah, because it's universal.
Oh, good catch.
API version kind metadata. Metadata. We go in with what? Namespace default namespace name. It's a default mesh, right? So we're going with default mesh, and that would be it. Labels Kuma mesh. It's optional. Okay, it's optional, but you know, it's good to put this into here as well. Labels. We're using default mesh, so we're gonna be fine. Now we're looking into default backends, OpenTelemetry, con builders. All right, so let's have it. Kube control apply. Minus F. Where are we?
So now we're using you're going to deploy the mesh manifest so that Envoy sends traces to the collector.
That's the goal. Okay, so admission hook validation policy can be created in the system namespace Kuma system. So what our namespace? Denied request policy can be created in the system namespace Kuma. Should we just do in like this? Okay, so it's a so we're going out of the namespaces, Kubernetes namespaces, because everything is bound into mesh. So mesh will provide isolation and like namespacing and things like that. I don't know. That's how I
nice
think
error
about
message.
this.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Okay, we're going into meshes and see policies, and let's take a look. The policy called mesh route. Mesh trace. Mesh trace is configured. We should be able to start seeing something, no? Generate traffic. To generate this, because there's nothing is going on there before, and traces were not available. We're going back into my Insomnia. We're going into my Mesh for Devs, and hit the gateway ingress environment, manage environment. IP address will be 35. That's going to be our IP address. We're going to grab this one. Okay. So we're going to send. Okay, cool. Now we're going to do this send repeat on interval. Every second, we start bombarding this. And hopefully, we soon start seeing some of the data. Check now. Okay. Home. Really service map. Okay, so continue for free, please. Service map. So it's time for us to dig deeper in our collector. See, so something is coming. We see it's metrics exporter. We looking for trace exporter. No. Okay, so nothing is happening. So why it is the way it is? Nothing here. What I could potentially forgot. Let's take a look on this exporter one more time. So we do have this. We do have this. Exporter is configured. Endpoint is configured.
Did you check the mesh logs?
Let's take a look on the mesh. Kuma system. So I see, okay, so I see some XDCs. Oh, I know how we can check this. So if we go in here and we can see affected data plane proxies. So it looks like those are just fine. Let's take a look on data plane proxies and see if this it is working. So let's see on the sidecar. Sidecar is doing the thing. So now sidecar needs to report somehow those things. So it's a question from coming from sidecar. Let's see. Maybe I'm missing something on the no. Like the policy is applied. Like what would be the problem? What I'm thinking. Let me quickly. I do have a like prepared things. You haven't seen this before, but like maybe I missed something. Yeah. So should be working. So that's the mesh trace that I'm using. But you see, they're using this one. So maybe I messed up something. So let's do this one differently. So we're going with the OpenTelemetry. We're gonna go with
gRPC instead.
Yeah, gRPC instead. It's gonna be port
4317.
Yep. So we're gonna kill this one. And in our, we're gonna do Helm upgrade. Enable gRPC. Let's see if this guy updated. Okay. Died? No, died. Just in case we kill this, you know, for no reason. Just good ports. Yes. 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Now in my mesh trace, we're going into 17. Right? Configure. Check now. It's a batch, so it will potentially take some time to accumulate, but let's see.
Do you need to hit the microservice?
It is, Insomnia does the thing for
us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see why why I don't see anything here in the log. So we started deployment. Also, I have a hotel. Like, see what's the config exporters, protocols, Prometheus. Do we need to do this Prometheus thing? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because I think it's a default configuration for Prometheus. Service extension logs. What I am missing? What I am missing? Traces, exporters. traces, exporters. We have exporter. Let's see. Open
You have to add
telemetry.
logging
Yeah.
to the exporter.
Logging exporter. How we can configure this? Yeah, you see, you're reading my my mind on the fly. So, but we need to do this other Lua no. Python, OpenTelemetry, Kubernetes, and there's a no, not operator. We're looking for exporters logging. Okay, so we're gonna do this exporter in another one, like this. Should we do like empty object?
Yeah.
And this is gonna be like this.
I feel like it's maybe I don't know.
No, let's
Without
try.
the brackets? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give it a whirl.
Container created. Okay. So now let's see if metrics exporter. But where's our tracing exporter? Where's the metrics? It's something is not right. So we're not hitting it's a they have like its own metric thingy, but it doesn't really pick up our configuration for some reasons. Let's see one more time in the values. We're gonna do not default. I'm talking about this one. Exporters.
Logging.
We have a config exporters. We're talking about config exporters, but where this coming from? So we're going into config exporter. For me, it's strange that our even logging exporter is not doing anything. So it's not getting anything. Why it is not? Why are you not? So let's take a look if I have let me check one more time. I do have the Kong Builders episode where I was doing this with Kong, and let me see what kind of configuration I use there. Maybe, again, YAML strikes back and I have no idea why it is doing.
Is there a pipeline section?
In where?
In your YAML. Do you need to add logging to the pipeline section? Looking at the default values, and there's line 50's pipelines. And then down in there is exporters, logging.
Which is do logging. Just do this one, kind of. Verbosity. We're looking into processors config map. Host metrics. Let's disable host metrics so we will not have a what's the mod? It actually should work like this. Yep. I feel like preset. Okay, we disable this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Let's take a look on values. Ports. Huh. See, the ports is configured like this. Those should be enabled. Config receiver, config receivers. And we're going into, let's see, config exporters, processors. We don't care. Receivers. We don't care about Jaeger. We care about this one. Do we need to specify this endpoint like this? Let's try. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Maybe this is something. So can we do that? Let's see.
No?
How I can kill it? Running? No. I feel like my config is not picking. No, config is picking up. So it says exporters. Like this.
Crashback loop.
Yep, because I supplied incorrect config. Just kill it. Container creating. Okay. All right. So now I see OpenTelemetry receiver starting because I haven't seen this before. All right. So we see something is happening here. Kind exporter type metrics, but we are it's a metrics that coming from logging exporter, but not something is coming, but those are metrics. We're looking for trace, right? So at least we know that this thing is working. Let's see. Auto scroll. Turn off auto scroll, and let's take a look on the logs. Those metrics are coming from health check. It's not what we are looking for. Metrics, but I don't see it. It's actually collecting any traces. Oh, what just happened? I will explore alone. Let's do home. Here we go. We start getting something. Mesh gateway. Someone is hitting mesh gateway. We have a 3 spans.
Snap.
So enabling port explicitly was the thing, apparently. Let's see, service map. We'll be able to continue for free. Okay, it's a part of enterprise. But anyways, let's see how we can see our run query. Services are here. We just see
Nice.
here, like we see something. Run query. We have a proxy. Actually, I have
We
no
just
idea.
fixed the endpoint.
Huh?
You just fixed the endpoint in the
Yeah.
OTel
Yeah.
collector.
So
Yeah.
now we see data is coming here. Recent events. We see some events that happened a few seconds ago. Let's take a look. That's something is coming from this. How we can see the spans? How we can see details? Ingress. From the ingress, it goes into router to work mesh, which is fine. Let's see. Here we go. Works. We're getting something, right? So we're getting something, and I guess we got this exactly at time where we have to when we have to part. But I will leave you hanging here. I will leave you hanging here. Yes, I forgot to. Yes, I check in some of the comments, folks. Thanks so much. Like Danilo, thanks so much for posting stuff here. Yes, I messed up my YAML.
But you got there.
So Mohanad suggesting that I need to enable this with Conk, but it is not Conk. It is it's this Kuma. So we're doing slightly different thing here. But we were able to fix this. So the next time we will continue to explore this. We have all this set up, these files, all files. See, I'm excited. Like at the very end, it's like a perfect cliffhanger. One more time, like showing this. The data is coming. That was great. And I guess the problem was here is that we need to explicitly specify endpoint. Somehow, maybe it was not configured properly with this, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next time. We're gonna explore more with this. We're gonna explore metrics next time. I am super excited that I was not only one person who was embarrassed in this live stream, and Danny was with me along the way. And that's the essence of Conk Builders. We doing things live. It's unscripted, unprepared. But I will use these materials to prepare another scripted, or maybe Danny will be doing this because Danny is also working on some cool content that's coming that we're not gonna reveal just right now. Danny, thank you so much for being part of Conk Builders. I would not be able to do this alone because it's always it's great to have a partner on this one.
Yeah, dude, anytime. I love being here.
Yes, and as a reminder, sign up for notifications in our Conk YouTube channel, so you will be enabled. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter, and follow us everywhere. With this, my name was Viktor Gamov. That's my Twitter over here, and as always, have a nice day.